All right, 7th graders, part 1 of your DNA lab stations is called cheek cell DNA. And basically the whole purpose of this is to see how much DNA your cheek cells have. So you guys will be taking a sample of cells from your cheek by scraping it with a toothpick and by gargling with salt water. And what that's going to do is all those loose cheek cells you guys have in the outer layer are going to come off. You guys are going to spit your salt water back in a cup. And then you guys are going to do a simple little chemical process to basically break up those cheek cells that you spit out and take their DNA and group it all together into one little clump. And then you guys can see if you have, a lot of you guys might not get a ton of anything. You might have a little bit of a goob of DNA, but I've had some kids get like a whole huge string of gooey DNA on their toothpick. So I just kind of want to go through your guys' ingredients and, your materials and your directions really quick. Again, if you guys are gone for all days of this lab station, you guys can just skip this part. There's nothing really to do with it. It's really fun, but there's nothing you have to turn in with it. If you guys are gone just one day, you guys can make it up another day. Okay, so your materials, you'll need a Dixie cup, okay, toothpicks, drop of dish soap, salt water, a timer. I'm going to attach a little timer link on here for you guys, so you guys can use that link, or you can use the link on your cell phone. Isopropyl alcohol, which is just rubbing alcohol. I've also dyed it green, so you guys can kind of see a little bit of color associated with your DNA. A pipette, food coloring, that's the green, okay? And goggles and aprons. You guys probably won't need goggles and aprons for this. So what you guys will do is pour a little bit of salt water into your Dixie cup. This is the worst part of this because you have to gargle salt water. Okay, so you guys obviously don't want to pour more than you can gargle. So you only want about 1 centimeter of salt water in that cup. Okay, and what you guys are going to do is you're going to toss it in your mouth. Don't swallow it, and you're going to swish it around for 1 minute. So you guys are going to want to set your timer for 1 minute. When your minute is up, you're going to gently spit it back into your cup. Please be careful that you don't spit it all over your partner. Okay? Then you guys are going to add 1 drop of your Dawn dish soap. You guys only want 1 drop. So very slowly pour and add 1 drop into your cup of cheek cells and salt water that have been gargled. Okay? And you guys are going to gently stir that. You guys want to mix that dish soap in, but it's really important that you guys don't mix it so vigorously that it starts to bubble and froth up like dish soap does. So mix it very gently. You guys want it mixed in, but you guys don't want it to start bubbling. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time getting your DNA out. Okay? So again, try to avoid air bubbles. Then you're going to gently add 2 full pipettes. So that's a full pipette. You're going to squeeze the little knob or the little bulb of your pipette, stick it in the green rubbing alcohol. You're going to suck it up. That's 1 pipette. Okay, so you're going to gently, you can kind of do it down the side of your cup as well. You're going to gently squeeze that into your dish soap / gargled salt water mixture with your cheek cells. Okay, you're going to do 2 of those pipettes. Again, kind of helps if you guys maybe touch it to the side and squirt that way so it comes in very gently. Okay, you guys don't want to mix anything. Once you guys have your toothpick in there, so after you guys stir it up with your toothpick, leave your toothpick in there. Okay, and then you guys will add those 2 pipettes of rubbing alcohol, and then don't touch it, don't stir it. I want you guys to let it sit for about 2.5 minutes. Okay, so set another timer for 2.5 minutes. Again, try not to bump your table. You really don't want to agitate this solution. Okay, what you guys will see is after that 2.5 minutes, you should, if you have a lot of cheek cell DNA that came off when you guys gargled, you should start to see some clumps and strings forming at the top. That's your DNA. So you guys can take your toothpick now after 2.5 minutes, and you can gently kind of swirl it in your cup and see if you can pull it out and get some chunks of DNA to kind of stick to the end. It'll look like a clear gel or a clear goo. Sometimes it even strings off. So some people have a lot. You guys can kind of check out if you hear someone else going, it might be their DNA, so go check it out. They might have more than you, and it might be cool to see theirs. Okay? And then when you guys are done, just take your Dixie cup and your toothpick and throw it straight in the garbage, and then make sure your station is clean for the next group. Have a great day.